Guys, there is a method to the madness of pricing and packaging and planning your offers. If you guys listen on today, you're probably going to want to get a pen and paper. And I want to walk you through how we have planned out our financial goals and pricing for our programs in 2022 so that you have milestones to check in and make sure you're tracking along the way. I hope you guys find this training in this podcast really, really helpful for those of you scratching your heads with pricing and packaging this year. Need some effective tactical advice that actually helps you get results and makes a real difference in your life and business? You've come to the right place. If you're finding yourself here today, it means you're getting ready to gain serious traction in your business, rapidly multiply your income and impact, and you're ready to make it happen while living all out. Guys, I'm Melissa Hinault, your trustworthy corporate dropout turned six-figure business burnout turned happy and healthy CEO of a multi-million-dollar online business. And you're listening to the Burnout to All Out podcast. On this show, we're serving up innovative growth strategies, simple implementation methods to put them into practice, and action-stimulating inspiration tailored specifically for the modern entrepreneur. Let's dive in. Hey guys, Melissa Hinault here, coming in live. I get a lot of questions around profit planning and pricing for your business, for your online business. How do you plan masterfully and be able to anticipate cash injections along the way? And this comes hot off the press. We're doing the same thing in my business. We've come up with a very specific profit plan for 2022. And we have milestones every single month. And our goal in the first month of the year was $108,000. And I'm here to report to you that it's January 31st and we are at 100,000 on the mark. So we're just $8,000 shy of our actual revenue goal. Why are we so close to our revenue goal? We are like ninjas in calculating exactly the pricing and the audience and the anticipation of conversions for our business that we can plan and anticipate as we go into each launch and each quarterly, right? So this podcast episode that I'm recording today is really talking about profit planning and forecasting for 2022. Some of you are maybe really new into entrepreneurship. I get this conversation a lot with my one-on-one clients and in my mastermind of people trying to figure out pricing for their programs and for their coaching and trying to anticipate revenue projections, but also like what to charge, right? And I love to coach to having the end in mind, okay? Having the end in mind. What is your final destination for 2022? So instead of going in willy-nilly, wild and crazy, and off the cuff for the year with no plan as far as anticipation or really what I say is like a method behind the madness of your business, have a plan by starting with the end in mind. So what I would ask you to think about is instead of scratching your head on pricing and just kind of throwing a number out that you want to charge clients to work with you or charge for a program, I'm going to challenge you to kind of reverse engineer your pricing. Okay, gang, we need to take a quick hydration break. So grab your drink of choice. And as you rehydrate, I'll give you the lowdown on my free LinkedIn lead gen masterclass. If you feel like you're screaming into the void when you post content on Facebook or Instagram, struggling to find a sustainable and scalable lead generation process that sticks, and you just want someone who's been there and done that to reveal their secrets, then it's critical that you register to save your spot ASAP. During this live masterclass, you'll get to steal the exact strategy I used to scale my income from $0 to $1 million in just 19 months without spending a fortune on ads or suffering from burnout. Simply check out the show notes of the podcast episode for the link to register for your free spot in the LinkedIn Lead Gen Masterclass. And don't worry, Even if you miss a couple of days or you can't make it to all the training sessions, we'll deliver the replays directly into your inbox daily so you can watch them on your own time. All you have to do is make sure you sign up for the masterclass before registration ends. So what do I mean by reverse engineer your pricing? I want you to start with your profit goal for the year, okay? What is your profit goal for the year? Okay. And then if you've got a number in mind, now you need to at least double it for it to be your revenue goal. So what do I mean by that? Those of us in the online space, it's anywhere between 50 to 60% you're going to deduct as the cost of business, right? So you have your revenue line, but then what you get to keep is the profit line, right? So you're got to subtract your taxes, your operating expenses, what you're reinvesting back into your business, right? So at the end of the day, this is one of those episodes you're probably going to want to, if you're on the go, you're going to want to listen to this later where you've got pen and paper. But you've got profit and you've got revenue. And you really need to think about, at the end of the year, what is the profit take home, net, right? That you want to bring home versus the revenue, right? And really being able to subtract that out. So let's play this out. If you're looking at a $250K ability to profit that and take that home for the year, then your revenue needs to be about $500K or a little more, depending on how lean you operate your business. Okay. So that is the first thing you have to do, is figure out what is the profit that I want based off also the revenue, right? Now we're going to start reverse engineering. Okay. So we're going to use the number 500,000 and we're going to run the math on that for the year, because now let's say you have a $500,000 goal for revenue with a profit margin of 250K. Okay. Now it's time to say, how do I reverse engineer the pricing of my product, my coaching, so that I hit that number by the end of the year? Okay. Well, first, very simple question to ask yourself is, how many clients do you need to gain to hit your revenue goal? Okay. How many clients do you need to gain to hit your revenue goal? This is where pricing gets really important. I want you guys to think about this. If you're looking to hit 500K in sales this year, if you price, simple math, if you're pricing a program at 10K per head, then you need 50 clients for the year. You need to find 50 clients to hit 500K, right? At 10K per head. Now, if you have a smaller priced program, let's say it's 2,000, but you want the 500,000 in revenue so that you get the 250 in profit. I'm talking a lot of numbers right now, right? But if you're packaging your program at $2,000, then you're going to need 250 clients to close the gap and hit the 500K in revenue. Okay. So let me underscore this. Simple math. It's the obvious, but it's something to think about. You can find 50 clients this year and price your services at 10K a pop and hit your 500K revenue goal. Or you can price your program at 2,000 and you can find 250 clients to hit your 500K revenue goal. So guys, this is where pricing is really important. I do this a lot with my one-on-one clients. We reverse engineer. Okay, how much money do you want to make this year? Instead of, they'll come to me and say, how much should I price this at? And I say, no. How much do you want to make this year? How many clients do you want to take on? Now let's reverse engineer your pricing, right? Okay. Now, many of you may have a hybrid of high and low ticket offerings, and that's where you're playing a little bit of Tetris in projections with each offering that you have. So we have our highest ticket program, which is our done for you LinkedIn agency, right? And then we also have our high ticket mastermind. And those are a different forecasting and number of clients that we need to hit revenue goals between 20 and 25K per offering than, for instance, our academy, which is our lower ticket offering, right? So the key is, if you've got more than one offering, is that you still know your end of year total revenue goal, and then know what percentage of your different line items of business are going to contribute to the overall revenue. So we actually have a really healthy split. We look at half our revenue coming from our mastermind and half our revenue coming from our academy. So what does that mean? Well, our mastermind is a much higher ticket sale. So we're actually anticipating and recruiting less people into that program, even though it produces the same amount of revenue as the academy, which is a lower ticket program, but brings in a lot more people, right? And we reverse engineer even further. So what do I mean by that? Okay. The next step you have to take, once you decide on pricing and you recognize the number of clients you're going to need to bring into your business this year to hit the pricing, to hit the revenue goal, now you have to decide, how are you going to recruit these clients? Is it going to be a free masterclass style? Are you running ads? Are you networking and doing the podcast rodeo? I don't know. I don't know how you're gaining clients. For this example, we're just going to go with kind of a free masterclass style, which is a lot of what we do. Whatever route you're going, you need to know the conversion rates. So what do I mean by that? What are the conversion rates of exposure to people to your program, to them actually purchasing, right? So with the free masterclass style, like we know from the data that's out that conversion rates on a cold lead are about 3%. Okay. What do I mean by that? About 3% of people who opt in to a cold ad for a free workshop, about 3% of them actually purchase at the end of the presentation. Okay. That is really important information to know as a business owner, right? Helps you anticipate the number of people in your audience that you need to be inviting into your free workshops in order to recognize the conversion rate. Number 2 is warm leads. The conversion rate for warm leads is actually significantly higher. It can be as high as 8%. What do I mean by warm leads? These are people that are in your organic network and not from a cold ad. This could even be people on your email list that have opted into being around you and they have got some awareness of you, right? And so what this means mathematically is that if you had 100 people attend your webinar, your free masterclass, with a cold lead model, if those 100 people came from cold ads, 3 of them would purchase. If they came from an organic network and there was 100 invited and opted in, 8 would purchase. So there's a very different ratio of conversion from organic, okay, to cold, from warm to cold leads. This is important math to know as you are planning out your conversion events. So for instance, our most recent launch, 6 of our sales came from ads. Out of the $100,000 in sales we did, 6 came from ads and about 16 came from organic warm leads, AKA a lot of LinkedIn messaging. We just enrolled someone today from LinkedIn. We enrolled someone yesterday from LinkedIn. They just keep coming in because these people are warm. They're connected to us. There's more know, love, and trust than a random cold ad, right? So it's really important that you know the conversion rates of how you're bringing an audience in to sell, okay? Now that you know conversion rates, okay, now that you have come up with a identified pricing for your program, now you have to decide, you're going to have to decide on how many attendees you need to show up in order to hit your conversion rates and hit your sales number. So I want to take you back to our $500,000 goal sale, like our goal for the year, right? I'm just going to use that for an example. Okay. So let's say we go with the 10K package per client to hit your 500K revenue for the year. Okay. In that case, you need, again, 50 clients over the period of a year. So the question is, how frequently do you want to host conversion events to hit the 500K in sales and or the 50 clients that you need to recruit into your business to hit your number? Okay. This is important. Let's say you're committed to quarterly conversion events. Okay. If you're committed to quarterly conversion events once per quarter, and you know you need 50 total for the year at a price of 10K per person, if you do the math on that and divide 50 by 4, you need 13 clients to opt in with each conversion event. Okay? With each conversion event, right? In order to meet your sales numbers. Okay. I know this is like, some of y'all are like, this is way too much math, but I want you thinking like real business owners. This is where like my corporate days have made it beneficial for me running an online business. Okay. Because it's not just hocus pocus magic. It's math, right? It's math. Okay. So now let's say we know you need 13 registrants that actually purchase, right? Each launch in order for you to hit your revenue goal. Now you need to reverse engineer from there. If you need 13 to convert, and we know conversion rates run anywhere from 2 to 8%, right? What we love to do in our business is just run an average of 5%. If we need a 5% conversion rate to hit 13 clients for the event, now you can do the math. You need at least 260 registrants. You need at least 260 registrants to convert 13 into a sale. Guys, I know this is a lot of math, but it's important that you understand that there is a method to calculating pricing, frequency of launching, reach number for registrations. You guys see what I'm saying? There is a method to all of the madness, okay? So at the end of the day, some things to think about when you're working through pricing, okay? Just to tie it out in a little bow, this is like heavy business today. But number one, how many conversion events do you really want to host this year, right? And then you're going to have to then reverse engineer what you need in each one of those conversion events to generate the sales needed for the properly priced program that you're putting out. Number two, how are you generating your leads? How are you generating your leads? Is it through organic networking? Is it through Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube? Is it a mixture? Is it organic leads on LinkedIn like we coach, right? And then the other thing is, how much can you realistically price your program at without outpricing your client, right? So we do have to be conscious of not outpricing the demographic that you serve, right? And if you're starting to outprice, then you need to do the checks and balances and make sure your price is appropriate and look at the expectation of recruiting more people into your conversion event versus raising the price, right? You don't want to outprice the people that you're wanting to bring in. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. So in summary, set your revenue and profit goals, right? Those are different numbers. And then really assess your package and pricing, right? Based off of those revenue goals and the number of transactions, conversions, how many sales are you going to need throughout the year to hit that number? We call them conversion events, right? Basically, how many conversion events do you want to do? How much money do you want to make this year? How much are you pricing your program at? And that's going to help you do the math to the number of registrants that you need in each event to give you the conversion rates to project about how much money you're going to make so that it's never a surprise at the end of your launch. It's never a surprise, right? And so I hope I hope this has been helpful for some of my newer entrepreneurs who are out there trying to figure out pricing and projections, but you absolutely can create quarterly goals for yourself and you can track them. We have ours right here. If you're listening to the podcast recording later, you're not going to be able to see it, but we have January, February, March, all the way through the year. We have our goals set out for us and we know exactly the conversion rate, exactly the number of people that need to convert, the exact number of people we need to register, the exact pricing it needs to be at in order to estimate landing that revenue goal. If you guys love this, it's maybe a little business heavy, but you're like, gosh, this is what I needed. You guys do not want to miss out in a couple of weeks. February 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. I am going to be hosting a masterclass for entrepreneurs who are launching businesses in the online space. I'm going to be giving you guys the Cliff Notes version of some of the stuff I wish I had known before I launched my online business. So I hope you guys are able to come join me. If you found this episode helpful for some of you scratching your heads with pricing and forecasting for the year in your businesses, be sure to share this with those in your network. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, guys, so much for listening in on today's podcast episode. And I can't wait for you to see my upcoming guest in the next episode. You are going to love this keynote speaker. Hey, here's the deal. If you liked this, please subscribe and leave a review. And you want the latest online business growth strategies and exclusive LinkedIn pro tips sent straight to your phone? Text the word update to 704-318-2285. That is, text the word update to 704-318-2285. Can't wait to see you guys. Come find me over on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you like to hang. Cannot wait to hear how you are enjoying and applying what you're learning. You guys reach out to me over on social because I love hearing what's resonating with you. When you reach out to me and you send me those personal DMs, they really do impact the content I continue to bring forward to you. So again, come find me, Melissa_Hinault over on Instagram, Melissa Hinault over on LinkedIn and Facebook. Can't wait to see you guys over there.